What's up, guys? This is Chris with BenhamBaseballCards.com again. I know it's been a while since I've shot a lot of videos. It's actually been a while since I posted a lot of videos. I've actually shot some, but I haven't posted them yet, which I'm actually doing now. I'm actually editing them at the same time I'm filming this. As some veteran collectors, people that were around and collecting in 1991, you guys can see exactly what this is. This is Series 1, 1991 Donruss Series 1. You can see the Series 1 down here on the side. I just realized I didn't put it up here on top. I intentionally left this cellophane so you guys could see that it did come cellophaned. I guess there's really no age or no year, there's no date as to when items came cellophaned and when they didn't, because there's, like for 1991 Topps, I don't think 91 Topps was cellophane, but 91 Donruss obviously is, so I guess it was just up to the company at the time. I know they were all trying to keep tabs on each other with what the other company was doing, just like any business, any competing businesses do. Let's see. This one's kind of close to my heart here because 91 Donruss, 91 Topps, that was pretty much the first hardcore year that I had made the determination that I wanted to collect cards and be involved with cards. Right off the bat here, we got Craig Biggio's got a nice good sized ding in the, you can barely see it. It's right here on the side. There's a little white mark right there where my fingertip is. It's hard to see because I actually fixed it. Here, I'll mess it back up. There, now you can see it. That's how it looked when I pulled it out of the pack. It's a Biggio Diamond King. I just ran my hand over it and moved it back over. It's probably a machine mark. We'll find out more. It looks like there's another one on this pack right here, but I don't see marks on those packs, so I'm wondering if it might be these two bottom stacks of packs right here. Just from the machine, I'm assuming. This is how simple these cards looked back then. I'll go ahead and focus on this since this is what's going to be in my hand now. Bill Sampson gets to be the focus card. Man, these cards bring back so many memories. Jack Howell, Mike Pagliarulo, Steve Farr, Dickie Schofield, Dave Stewart, Oscar Azokar, Lenny Harris, Juan Berenger, Leo Gomez, rated rookie, Delino DeShields, Diamond King, Greg Harris, go ahead and put that rated rookie out there. This is Greg W. Harris. There ended up being two Greg Harrises at one point, and then later cards they ended up making that indication. That's how I realized that the Padres' Greg Harris was Greg W. Harris. I've seen it so many times. Bob Boone and Glenn Braggs, and of course the ever popular puzzle piece. And sure enough, I would get pieces 1, 2, and 3 right there, the upper left-hand corner of the puzzle. Not really known for inserts for this set, and this era of cards wasn't really known for that stuff. Because Donruss caught on early on, you saw with the early boxes I've opened, that the wax would get on the back card, but they started using better wax paper. This paper is way better quality. The wax isn't so heavy, and the wax actually folds over. You can see the pack folded over really well. I mean, you can see there's a good overlap right here, so the wax doesn't bleed onto the cards so badly. And then to completely eliminate any cards getting waxed, they put the puzzle piece there. Keith Miller, Hal Morris, Dave Valley, Rafael Palmeiro, Chris Sabo, Scott Radinsky, Milt Thompson, Francisco Cabrera. I don't know if many people remember from that era, obviously. Anybody who's too young, obviously I'm not talking to you. Francisco Cabrera was just a backup player. He didn't play very much at the time. He's the one that got the pinch hit, clutch base hit that allowed Sid Bream from the Pirates, this is Jeff King, but Sid Bream from the Pirates to come around to home plate and score in that playoff that put the Braves in the World Series and not the Pirates. Steve Sachs All-Star, so there's another version another simple insert inside the set, because they're all numbered inside the set. Craig Worthington, Steve Buechele, nice big crease in the center of it. So that's a couple of damaged cards and a couple of packs already. Second card, no, it was Keith Miller was actually the top card, and it was actually damaged in this pack. Ron Robinson, Sammy Sosa, and Juan Gonzalez. Nice. Man, this brings back so many memories. We'll go ahead and go up to this upper level and see if I was right about the white dings on them. I fully planned on losing a lot of these cards to damage, so it's not a big surprise. Mark Knudsen. I guess it could be Knudsen. It all depends on how he personally pronounced his own name. I'm going to go ahead and do another focus here because it looks blurry. I believe it's Mark Knudsen. Ken Caminetti, power hitter for the Astros for a long time. Jumped around to a few teams in the end of his career. He ended up overdosing on drugs. He passed away several years ago. Corey Snyder, Dave Stewart highlights card, Ryan Sandberg highlights card, Jose De Leon, Paul Gibson, Rob Murphy, Dwayne Ward, Shane Mack, Dave Smith, Mark McGwire, Steve Lake, and Chris James. Man, this brings back so many memories. As I open these, I'm trying to remember as much detail as I can about them, all the stuff that I learned. From what I can tell here, these corners look really good. In most cases, the corners on the top and the bottom, are where the pressure was from the wrapper, those corners are going to be the ones that have some kind of damage. But these actually look really good and sharp, and the packs were nice and loosely wrapped on them. They weren't horribly tight, so about the biggest problem you're going to worry about with 91 Donruss Series 1, at least the blue border, is being off-center. Roger Clemens, Diamond King. Manny Lee, who eventually made it clear to everyone that he wanted his name to be Manuel instead of Manny. He didn't want to be referred to as Manny, so on later cards, 93, 94, 95, anything that Manny Lee was in, he was referred to as Manuel Lee. Dan Plesac, yes, this is the jet black haired, orange skinned, kind of like a Bob Barker orange kind of looking guy on MLB Network now, announcer or analyst. Eric Anthony, Dave Bergman, Luis Rivera, Dave Righetti, Ozzie Smith, Lance McCullers, Chris Hoyles. Yeah, he was drafted by the Tigers and then traded to the Orioles. Chris Hoyles was catcher. Tom Henke, Kent Herbick, Casey Candelet, Willie Randolph, and Daryl Ackerfields. Yeah, these cards are actually in really good shape. I'm surprised that most of them are in good shape instead of seeing more white corners. There's no way I would have ever remembered this far in the future how loose the packs were wrapped in this. And it all depends on what dose you get too. I mean, there could be some tightly wrapped boxes out there, or some boxes that got mishandled a little bit. I'll kind of skip over some of these. There's Carlton Fisk, Jose Canseco All-Star, Bob Malachy, Dave Magadan. A little bit of trivia for you. Dave Magadan was the last batter to ever face Nolan Ryan. It was in the middle of the at-bat in which Nolan felt the twinge or sharp pain or whatever it was that he felt in his elbow, and that was it. And it was in Seattle too, so Nolan Ryan didn't even get to end his career in Texas at home. But I remember watching that video. That was back in '93. Pedro Guerrero, Diamond King. This was before Diamond Kings became its own little set. They kind of, in the later years, when everybody started to realize that breaking stuff up into the smallest groups possible and selling them individually. That was going to make them the most money. Then they started spawning all of these. Diamond Kings became its own set. That was after they increased the quality of these Diamond Kings. I actually have a couple of boxes of 1992 Donruss as well that I will be filming videos for. And I also got a complete set of 1992 Donruss. I also have two boxes of Series 1, 2 boxes of Series 2 in which the card borders were green and the wrappers, all of them are kind of like a puke green, lime green, whatever, a really pastel type green, like this is tan. I got 2 hobby boxes or pack boxes of the 1992 Donruss Series 1 and Series 2, and then I got the complete set as well, so that way I can make sure I got every card. Omar Vizquel, everybody should be able to recognize his name. This guy's played like 23 years now. John Kruk, ESPN analyst, I believe. Bob Welch, last pitcher in the modern era, in the 5-man rotation era, the only pitcher to win. No, he's not the only one. In the 5-man rotation, he won 27 games back in like 1990 or 91 or something. But that was pretty remarkable in a 5-man rotation. And the significance in that is because Justin Verlander is right now sitting at 23 wins. I think he pitched today, and the Tigers actually lost, so there's no way he's going to get 25 this year. I just realized that they lost today to Oakland, and I think he pitched today. Robin Yount, Danny Darwin, Sergio Velez. I'm obviously not going to open up all of these packs for you guys because there's no spectacular one hit per box or anything like that here. It's just the same old stuff. It's just a set building thing. The Steve Olin card on top has got the little ding on the side here. You'll notice I keep peeling some out every once in a while. Steve Olin, I've told you in previous videos, he actually died as well. He was in a boating accident on the last day of spring training in 1993. Ricky Henderson, Cal Ripken Jr., Dave Parker Diamond King. And eventually I'll open all of these, cards up and sleeve them all, and eventually they'll all get in the site. It's going to be when I have time. It's not any, there's people aren't pounding my internet door down to try to get a hold of 1991 Donruss cards, so these things just kind of take a back seat. Here's what one of the checklists looks like. First one we see. Mickey Morandini. He's not the most recent person to turn in unassisted triple play, but he did do so while I was in junior high, I believe. I don't remember what year it was, but I do remember him doing it. Randy Johnson, the big unit. Larry Walker in an Expos uniform, not in the commonly known Rockies uniform. Bobby Bonilla. Check this out. This is Bobby Bonilla's name. Roberto, Bobby, Martin, Antonio Bonilla. That's all the different names that he has. This checklist has actually got a good ding on it, so we'll throw that out. Biggio, I got a second Biggio, and you can see Sampson and Howell are right behind him, but now he's got a ding down here at the bottom of the card instead of the ding. The first one had a ding on the side of the card. This one doesn't. This one isn't ruining the image of the card though, so that one's going to be keepable. But you can see that Biggio, Sampson, and Howell are the last 3 cards in that pack, and in the very first pack I'll show you that we got Sampson and Howell, because this is where Biggio was, but I took it out. But we got Sampson and Howell, so they go specifically. They go in order. I mean, they're just cookie cutter go in order. So you can tell by the first card in the pack, if you memorize the order that the cards fall in, you can tell what cards are going to be in that pack. I don't know if 15 minutes is long enough on this one. I guess I could go a little longer since most of my videos are 25 minutes long now. Just see what other interesting stuff I can find. See, Pagliarulo. So now we know that the Pagliarulo that I found in here before, Steve Farr, Dick Schofield, Dave Stewart, Oscar Azacar, Lenny Harris, Jeff Treadway. So I think Lenny Harris is the one that it ends here and starts with a new one right here. Jeff Treadway, Bob Patterson, Delano DeShields, Diamond King we saw. So Greg Harris, this is the Greg W. Harris I was telling you about. Bob Boone, Glenn Braggs was the last card in that first pack. Charlie Huff, Tim Tufel, and Scott Scudder, I believe, are 3 new cards that we haven't seen yet from this box. So even though we're not losing a card to wax, we are still losing roughly 1 card per pack to damage from the machines packaging the cards up into the box. Steve Finley, man, that guy was a good outfielder, and I think he got better later in his career. Walt Weiss, my brother always liked watching Walt Weiss for some reason. When he tried to like baseball and baseball cards for a little while, it was Canseco, and he pretty much liked the Oakland A's, but I think it was more of the kids at school liked it, so that's why he did. Don Mattingly, we all know who he is. Tony Gwynn, Kenny Rogers. Alright, I think that's enough torture for you guys. You can kind of see, I never ever did take these puzzle pieces and try to put them together at all. I can try to throw down on this thing right now. But this thing ends up being extremely, extremely large. Let's see how much of this I can remember. When you keep them all inside their little locking their little box thing. So cool. So this is going to go up here. Yeah. I'll stack these up over here real quick. I'll just keep opening this for the puzzle pieces. This is about the only thing you got left for Series 1 cards. I'll go ahead and do a box of Series 2 as well. So there we can see where some of these puzzle pieces are. Here. So far, no doubles either, no duplicate puzzle pieces. So another thing that was probably done by machine in order, so that way they didn't duplicate themselves, or they duplicated as little as possible. Obviously you can see the puzzle starting to shape up to be Willie Stargell, and there's a picture of it on the back of every puzzle piece. There's a little mini picture so that you can see. No, there isn't. There's no picture on the back of this one. Maybe only on some of them. Yeah, there's a picture on some of them, to show you what it looks like, just to give you an idea in case you get lost. Yeah, I'm pretty sure there were no spectacular cards in here, but I can't wait until I get to the 1992 Donruss box. That's when they started putting some crazy inserts in the boxes. Oh, I got a duplicate there. Obviously in my years, I've gotten this puzzle several times over. It's pretty easy to get. Man, this brings back so many memories. This is crazy. Basically, what I'll do now is I'll just keep stacking these cards up because I already know what all of them look like. I don't need to go through them. I'm just curious now as to how many duplicate pieces they put in here. Doing pretty well. Only got two double puzzle pieces so far. This is it, guys. All you youngsters out there, this is the extent of what we had in. I want to zoom out a little bit here so you can see the bottom of the puzzle as well. This is the extent of what we had in 1991 to be excited about. Zoom back into that. That's it. It's what we had. That was the most exciting part of opening cards, was for Donruss, was the puzzle pieces. So they were 1 year short of the put a bunch of crazy insert cards inside packs. I think Topps started doing it in '91, but I've never, in all the years I've collected '91 Topps cards, I've never pulled one of those buyback cards or one of the vintage cards they were supposedly had inserted into packs, because the odds were so impossible for somebody like me to be able to pull that. Oh, I had these pieces backwards here. Rookie mistake. Filling in these holes real nice. Obviously, I'll get this set several times over with 2 wax boxes of 36 packs per box, and I believe 15 cards per pack. Yep, 15 picture cards, and it lists it as 3 puzzle pieces on the front of the pack, but it's 3 puzzle pieces that are inside the one piece itself. There's 3 different pieces in there that you can break apart. You can see them up here, how they're actually die cut, but I never punched them out of there and put the puzzle together. It was just dumb, and I could see clearly how the piece went, and if you started punching them out of there, you'd end up losing the pieces, and it just wasn't any fun. Yeah, we're starting to double up quite a few of them. And I've still got, after all you just saw me open, I've still got 3, 6, 9, 10, 11 packs to open out of this box. Still got that many packs to open. There's no box cards on here. Just the box itself that I usually just keep for reference in case I ever have to scan something on it, or obviously there's a proof of purchase there, and you can see there's the Leaf logo right here, because Donruss was always, all along, Leaf was the company that made Donruss cards, but they did make a few years of Leaf cards, but they weren't very successful early on. I think they did start to catch on a little bit. They started making better quality cards, but in the end, Donruss ended up being a bigger name. And if I'm not mistaken, Score was part of Leaf as well. Trying to think now if Score was part of Leaf or if it was part of Pinnacle. Yeah, Pinnacle was a different company. Score was part of Pinnacle. So I believe I'm mistaken on that. But Pinnacle actually never had a named set until they caught on to the same, hey, let's make our own card set, or let's make a card set with our own name. King Griffey Jr. All-Star. Awesome. And there it is, the last piece. Sure enough, just by sheer chance, I got the last piece there. There's the whole puzzle. Cool. Man, that's just crazy how many memories that brings back just opening these packs up. Obviously, I'll finish those at another time, and it's not necessary to keep boring you guys to death with this stuff. Still trying to remember any tidbits of information that I can leave with you guys for 1991 Donruss Series 1, because obviously I'll get to talk more about 91 Donruss in general on the Series 2 video, as I'm sure everyone is just dying to see now. And I believe it's still the same puzzle, so I'll get this many more puzzle pieces in the other Series 1 box, and then 2 more boxes, pack boxes worth of these puzzle pieces in the other box for the same puzzle. So I'll probably have that puzzle 4 or 5 times over, which I'm sure everyone will be thrilled about as well. And I may even put that puzzle, I'll wrap them up in little bundles of the complete puzzle, and I'll sell them for $1 or something like that, $1.50 or whatever it is. Depends on how many of them I get, because they're all obviously in mint shape. They're just coming out of the packs, and the packs are all loosely wrapped, so Not bad at all. Let me show you.